Hi everybody, this is Jody. Welcome back to another edition of Getting to Know Our Leaders. I'm here today with one of the real special gals in our overall ministry of the Life Center. This is my friend Carol. Carol, introduce yourself to these folks and tell them what you do in the Life Center overall ministry.
Hi, I'm Carol Howard, and I am a stalker on Tuesdays once a month, and then I also do buying, like when the pantry is out of green beans or whatever. A friend of mine and I go out and we buy things to keep things in the pantry going.
All right. And probably her greatest challenge in life is to be married to the one and only Charlie Howard. So keeping him in line is a full-time occupation, I'm sure, Carol.
Yes, I need a lot of help with that.
Hey, I love seeing you serve over there. You're always doing those behind-the-scene things. Where does some of that come from? Where does that desire to help other people come from, Carol?
Well, I'm not sure. I think it just is sort of in me, and I do like to help, and this church is great because it gives you lots of opportunity to help other people and sets things up so that you can use your time well and feel like you're really contributing. So I really appreciate that.
Good. Perfect. So what do you enjoy the most about serving at the Life Center or the food pantry? What gives you the most enjoyment?
Well, I would say just really, first of all, getting to know the people that you serve with, because it is the best part of serving when you get to know everybody. And then the other part is just knowing that the little tiny bit that you do, coupled with what everybody else is doing, is really doing a good work. So.
Yeah, that's really enjoyable for me too, Carol. I love getting to know each other and seeing us have the opportunity to touch someone's life in these little, simple, practical ways is very fulfilling for me too. All right, Carol, this is what I call the Life Center 7. So these are 7 just rapid fire questions that we ask every one of our leaders, okay? No right or wrong answers. This just helps us to get to know you. So here's the first one. What's the best book you've ever read?
I think The Purpose-Driven Life.
Oh, that Rick Warren book.
Yep.
Yeah, that was very impactful for me as well. So let's imagine that tomorrow your wealthy uncle dies at 103. Now, the most surprising thing about this is he's left you with millions. So, Carol, what would you do with that windfall of millions of dollars?
Well, my kids come to mind, so I guess helping them with whatever kind of financial challenges and trying to set them up to be able to retire like we have and that kind of thing. I guess that would be first. I'm sure we would take some trips, and then I'm sure we would get down to the business of trying to figure out what to do with that money and how to best use it. And and tithe. Of course, I would tithe first. That would be first.
Well, good. That sounds like a mother's heart's revealed and helping your kiddos. Still got an adventurous travel spirit in you, so you'd love to take some excursions someplace.
Yep.
But then you just give some more thought to the best ways to invest those kind of resources.
Yes.
All right. So imagine, Carol, that your house is on fire. Tragic, so let's hope it never happens. But if it did, every living thing is out of the house. All pets, Charlie, every human being's out of the house. But you have the chance to run back in and grab one thing. What's one thing you'd run back in and grab, Carol?
I'd have to get a couple of pictures of. There's one picture. Our kids are adopted, and so I have a picture of my son carrying my daughter out to us when we adopted her. So if it was just one thing, I'd have to get that one.
Wow. It sounds irreplaceable.
Yes.
So you'd want to grab hold of that and get it out.
It wasn't digital then, so that's the only copy we have.
That's true. All right, Carol. So imagine for a second you're sitting on a bench and you're overlooking this beautiful scene. It's a sunset over the beach, and you have the opportunity to have a conversation with anybody, living or dead. Who would you want to have a conversation with, Carol?
I guess I maybe Mother Teresa, just because, you know, what made her tick and how she ended up doing all she did. And I would like to talk to her.
Yeah, what an impact she's made on our world. Short little diminutive gal that wasn't a lot in terms of physical attributes, but boy, did she make an impact.
Yeah.
I've always loved that quote of hers, we can do no great things, only small things with great love.
With great love, yes.
Yeah, that's always been one that rolls around in my mind.
Yep.
So what's the best advice you've ever received, Carol?
I guess my mother always says, stop worrying so much.
Oh, that's good advice. Yeah. Stop worrying so much.
Stop worrying so much. So I work on that. Pray more, worry less.
Yeah, I love that. That's great advice.
Yeah.
So imagine for a second you could go back in time and you could find that 20-year-old Carol. What advice would you give yourself at 20 years of age, Carol?
Oh gosh, I would just say, so enjoy physically all the things you can do now. Just go and do all those physical things that you want to do and just really enjoy that part of it. And I think that would be my major thing.
That's beautiful. Perfect. Last one. So it's been said that all great people can have their life summarized in one sentence. How do you want that one sentence to read that will describe the life of Carol?
Well, I always liked the quote that said that when you die, if God would say to you, well done, good and faithful servant. I like that quote because I would like to hear that.
Oh, what a great epitaph to write over our lives. Well done, good and faithful servant. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Carol, for taking a deep breath and having the courage just to share a little bit about your life with these folks. Look forward to seeing you next time for another edition of Getting to Know Your Leaders. Bye now.